Alright, welcome to the first episode of RC Fishing. I'm going to go out to a lake that's just 5 minutes away from my house. It's a little city pond in a park, so the fishing is a little bit harder, but I have figured out a trick. I don't know if this will be a trick for all city parks, or if this is just a trick for this city park. But when you get a lot of people fishing at city parks, they get really overfished, and the fish learn what not to bite on. So we'll see if I can teach you a little trick today for city parks. Alright, so I got over here to the park that's about 5 minutes from my house. Pretty small little lake we got going here. But I was here for the first time about a month ago, and I had a guy tell me that it's a lake of about 100 casts, meaning that every 100 casts you get about one fish. But every time I'm here, I catch at least one fish, if not 3, 4, 5, in a matter of a couple hours. So we'll see what we can get into. Alright, so the trick I've found to these city parks is to catch a nice bluegill. This guy's actually about the perfect size. They get much bigger than this, then they get a little bit too big for the bass's mouth, and when you try and set the hook, you tend to pull a whole fish out of the mouth. What we're going to do is hook this guy up and then toss him out, see if we can get into some bass. So, whenever you hook up the bluegill, you just want to get him right there behind the dorsal, close to the tail. Keeps him alive for a lot longer, gives him a lot of good live action. So, we'll toss this guy out there, see if we can get into some fish. There we go. Got myself a fresh bluegill out there. So, knew this guy was right out there. As I was trying to catch a new bluegill, I was reeling in a bluegill, and he tried to hit it twice. So I got that bluegill hooked up on my catfish pole, tossed him out there, had this guy hit it real quick. It's a good sized fish. So, here he is. I knew he was right there, right offshore. Pretty good sized fish. See if we can get some more. There we go, got one on. This guy was a bit smaller, as you can see, but same thing. Bluegill, gets them every time at the city park. Everything else seems to be, takes a long time to catch them. This is my second fish in the matter of about an hour. That usually doesn't happen if you're using just normal lures here at city parks. They get overfished, the fish get used to seeing the lures and they just stay away from them. But bluegills work. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day there. The sun's going down, I'm going to go home, give it a little recap of exactly what I was doing, and then we'll end the video. Alright, so I'm back home now. I'm going to recap everything I did today. What I was catching on, what I was using, and just give you a little explanation. So, to catch the bluegill, all I did was have a bobber with about 12 to 18 inches of leader down to a small trout hook, and then I just put a little crappie niblet at the end, toss it out there, and the bluegill usually hit it within the first 30 seconds. Set the hook, reel them in. Then you want to make sure you have a bluegill, I don't know, no bigger than the size of the palm of your hand. Because that way, when they're that small, the bass can come up and in one swoop just hit them, take them all in, instead of trying to hit them. And they'll have half of them in their mouth and they'll swim off with half of it. Then whenever you try and set the hook, they only have the front half in their mouth. Other than that, I was using a Tiger Shakespeare 7-foot medium heavy rod. It's more of a catfish rod, but I was using live bait. It's the only rod I really have equipped to being able to throw out live bait. But I'm going to go ahead and show you a clip of a fish I caught this morning. I don't have the fight because my camera died. I was able to get the camera to stay on long enough to show you the fish. And that's how we're going to end the video today. So of course my camera died. I caught this guy. I got myself a nice little toad here.